Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 11th, and this is the 8:30 a.m. Management and Internal Services Committee meeting. I'm calling it to order. Let's start with an invocation, if you'll join me, please. Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful day. Thank you for this group of people who have come here to do the county's business. Be with us today as we go through this agenda. Not everything is easy and all the decisions are not simple. Be with us to go through each agenda item with a good attitude and good spirit, and help us make our decisions in fairness and in truth. In your name we pray, amen. Please join me for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, republic for which nation, God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a quorum here with 2 members of the committee present. I need approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Sir?
So moved.
Thank you. So moved. Are there any changes to the agenda?
I believe it's ready for your approval, Madam Chair.
Very good. We'll go with the agenda as printed. I have no presentations, nothing on the consent agenda. Moving directly into debate. Mr. County Manager, what do you have for us today?
First item for your consideration is our annual United Healthcare medical renewal. You will see that our staff has worked with United Healthcare and negotiated well. We are looking at an increase of 9.9%, but this is only on the individual stop-loss rate. This is not, it does not affect our premiums that the employees are paying. You can see that the total number is going up from $97.41 to $103.18. Our stop-loss is going to remain the same. So staff recommends renewing the medical contract with United and authorizing the chairman's signature.
What's the total cost of the increase? I mean, 10%. What's increasing 10%?
It's a stop-loss rate, and the total amount is $77,000 based on our folks. I've got Ms. McBurney here if you want to ask any specific questions. Elizabeth, you want to come up? I know you don't, but you do. You do a great job of doing all this, so you can give us, you can talk about all your hard work right now and explain it to the committee.
What they did was go up just on the individual stop-loss piece. So it's based on 1,118 employees per month. And that equated to a total overall of $77,000 approximately. But they didn't go up on the admin fee or the aggregate stop-loss.
So the county is going to incur 77 grand and then that's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Great job.
This is your area of
Well, we had to bring somebody up we trusted.
Chairman Duncan, this is your area of expertise. I'm leaning on you for.
I wouldn't go that far, but I just want to know how much money we were going to spend. Move to consent.
So moved. Thank you. Next.
Next item we have for consideration is CJCC. This is the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council Incentive Grant. We have been awarded this grant. This one is for the juvenile court. It's the target population of medium to high-risk offenders. It's a quarterly reimbursement grant. We have gotten this grant for the past 11 years, and staff recommends acceptance of the grant in the amount of $150,000.
This from the state or some organization?
It's a state grant.
Move to consent.
So moved. Next.
Next item we have for consideration is our service agreement with the CSRA Alliance for Fort Gordon. Again, this is something we've done for many years. We did budget for this in our budget that just took effect July 1st. The total amount is $25,000, and staff recommends approval of the service agreement with the CSRA Alliance for Fort Gordon.
Who is providing services to who?
So the CSRA Alliance for Fort Gordon actually is the conduit between the fort and the community. I don't believe
This is us supporting.
Dr. Clark is here.
Correct.
He is?
I said, I don't believe he's here.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Basically, they advocate for Fort Gordon and for new missions.
But this is us giving them.
Correct.
Correct.
Right,
That's
this is our
correct.
support of them. Okay.
That is correct.
Right.
Started out as a BRAC protection,
Correct.
kind of grown into more now.
Move to consent.
So moved. Next.
Next item we have your consideration is a proclamation recognizing Augusta Christian School State Championship. As you know, we recognize the Harlem High School State Championship baseball team, but Augusta Christian also did well last year, taking home the state titles in boys basketball, baseball, and cheer. And staff recommends approval of the attached proclamation presented to the Augusta Christian coaches, and we will actually do that at the July 18th Board of Commissioners meeting.
Move to wherever it needs to be moved.
It can be moved to consent if you
Consent.
choose.
So
We have a
moved.
golf team too. Didn't Greenbrier girls win the state?
We're going to do that one as well. I think we're trying to schedule August.
August 1st. Fantastic.
All right, so moved. Next.
The next item we have your consideration is a professional service agreement. This is with our internal auditors, Serrato Maddox and Evans Company. They have handled our countywide audit for many years. This is updating that agreement and actually putting the agreement in place that will commence on August 1st, 2023 and terminate on June 30, 2028. You'll see the agreement attached. There is an increase in the hourly rate. Basically what they're doing is they're going up $1 per hour per year. We've been at the same rate for some time now, and this is a request from SME to go up on their rates. We have looked at the rates and compared them. Comparatively, they're still lower. This being a professional services agreement, it doesn't necessarily have to go to bid. We could bid this out, but staff is comfortable with SME and their ability to do our internal audit. So staff would recommend approval of the professional services agreement with SME for our internal audit.
Are they capped at 1,000 hours? What do they normally, is that what they spend? They just send us a bill for 1,000 hours?
Well, it's based on 1,000 hours, but it's actually billed at the amount that they do. I don't think we've gone over 1,000 hours. You know, have we ever gone over 1,000 hours? I don't believe so.
They just move to consent, but would you just let us know? I'd be interested in knowing how much we spend with them each year.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get you that number.
So moved. Next.
The next one is another CJCC grant. This is Project Safe Neighborhoods. This was on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. They were awarded the Safe Neighborhood Grant in the amount of $26,900. The Sheriff's Office is actually going to use this equipment to access digital evidence found on mobile devices. So basically what they're doing is they're cracking cell phones, being able to use the tools that they're going to buy to be able to get into the mobile devices of suspected gang members and narcotics traffickers. And I believe this is a grant, Project Safe Neighborhoods, one that we've gotten in the past as well, but the total amount is $26,900. Staff recommends approval of the grant and the authorization of any signatures needed.
Consent with a quick question.
Yep.
I know I guess Matt's not here, but where do we stand on
Matt's
oh,
back.
Matt is back there.
He's back here.
The polls with the new camera system that, I figured buying the polls was.
The actual poles that were originally spec for it are near impossible to get, so the company found an alternative pole. God approved it. They're on order now. We should start seeing concrete being poured and the poles being in place probably by mid-August.
And can you give us a brief description of the product we purchased? I mean, the sheriff came in and advocated for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as concrete footing with a pole with a camera on top, a small camera.
Right.
And that's really all there is to it. The actual installation will be easy because there's no fiber or connectivity to that. For the most part, there's no power either. So it all operates via cellular.
Mm-hmm. And it basically reads license plates.
That's all it does.
That's all it does.
I think I've already moved to consent.
So moved. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Ms. Reese, what do you have for me today?
The first item I have for you is a professional services agreement for external auditing services with Cherry Beckert LLP. This is similar to the agreement that you just approved. As you know, we are required by state law to have an annual audit, and Cherry Beckert has been doing this for several years for us as well. There are limited firms out there that can actually do our audit. that specialize in governmental audits, as well as an audit of our size. We are very pleased with Cherry Becker and would like to continue a relationship with them. Their contract includes an increase of a flat $3,000 each year over the next 5 years. So we would like to enter into this agreement for a period of August 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2028. The cost for the first year will be $130,500.
Move to consent with the same question. I'd like to just know maybe what we've paid them over the last few years, just
Okay.
like with,
I'll get that to you.
So moved. Next.
The next item is our annual agreement with Columbia County Community Connections. As you know, they're a nonprofit corporation that provides services to our residents, primarily with the summer work programs for youth and after-school programs. They are funded by a number of grants that are reimbursable grants. And several years ago, I believe it was in 2011, we agreed to provide an advancement of funds as a loan for them to keep them going until they can receive reimbursement. That amount is $225,000, I believe, and they do pay us, $225,000. They do pay us a fee of $10,000 annually for the use of these funds. Staff recommends approval.
so is it an ongoing, we loaned them $225 to get started. There's still a $225 balance on our,
That is correct. And they're carrying that on their balance sheet, so they owe us the 225, and they pay us that amount every year.
they pay us
The 10,000 to use it,
And fee.
$10,000 to use it.
right?
Yes.
So
At some point, they owe us 225.
move to consent.
So moved. Thank you, Ms. Reese. Technology Services, in absence of Mr. Blanchard, shall I
Mr.
harass you
Blanchard's
today?
not here, so Mr. McCardle is going to brief the next.
Good morning.
Good
I
morning.
think, I'm feeling like he was a coward.
He's hiding from me.
He's taking some much-needed time off.
He's had enough of you.
All right, I've got three things for technology services to present today. The first one being our annual support and license agreement renewal for our Munis software. Tyler Technologies is our provider for the enterprise resource system, and that manages our financial, HR, payroll, licensing, permitting, and addressing applications. The annual support and licensing provides the county with support, licensing, and multiple products in this agreement. IT department is requesting to pay for this renewal. It is $294,269.86, and it is included in my IT budget for this year. Staff recommends approval.
This is for the actual Munis software, not just the support
This is the support and the licensing.
and the
whole thing.
licensing. Gotcha. Move to consent.
So moved.
Mr. Blanchard didn't want to brief it because it's not enough money.
I figured he was tired of being abused for spending money.
The next item is for the GIS department, and it is their CityWorks annual maintenance renewal. CityWorks is the software that the GIS department and multiple county departments use for asset management systems and covering with mapping for GIS. CityWorks is fully integrated into our ESI product and used by county departments. The product is used by Roads and Bridges, EMA, Water Utility, Code Enforcement, 311, GIS, and additional departments that are coming on board. The annual support this year is $106,000, funded through the GIS department's budget, and staff recommends
Move to consent.
So moved. One more?
And the last thing I have for you is our Microsoft agreement for 2023 to 2026. We are in the last month of our current 3-year enterprise agreement with Microsoft, so it's time for a renewal. And of course, you know, Microsoft is our desktop operating systems, our server operating systems, our email, that are all those different Microsoft productivity products that we use. The new agreement will ensure, of course, that we can continue to use these services for the next 3 years. These services are delivered through Dell Marketing, who holds the state contract for the state of Georgia for Microsoft enterprise agreements. Pricing for the first year will be $378,131 and is expected to remain the same for the next 2 years, pending growth in the number of licenses needed. This is included in my IT budget for this year. Staff recommends approval, and the chairman needs to sign the agreement. That's a lot.
Sorry,
Lot.
do you have any Tums?
In my office, I do.
Lord have mercy. I understand now why Mr. Gates is one of the richest men in America. Move to consent painfully.
So moved. Thank you, Sean.
Ma'am.
Having no other items in that section, moving on to legal matters. Do we have any legal matters? And none. Staff reports.
First item, just for your information, our personnel savings, you'll see that we actually ended the fiscal year, the FY '23 year, with a personnel savings of $1.3 million, a little over $1.3 million. We are working diligently. We've reworked the budget and trying to realign positions. Hopefully, it won't be that high next year, although those savings are real savings and real dollars, but we're trying to make sure that we right-size our staff. But you will
That's
see.
always the thing to do. Take a step back. Do you really need it?
And that's exactly what we're doing, is we're reviewing these, and that's why some of these savings are here, because some of these positions, as they became vacant, weren't filled. Or we did away with them. We just did away with them, and so that adds to the person. It was a budgeted position that actually went away. So you'll see those numbers for your information. You also see the turnover rate for your information. We're trending pretty typical, and I'll answer any questions you may have.
I have no questions.
Thank you for that report. Internal services reports.
First report I have for you is the year-to-date budget report. We have completed another fiscal year. This is preliminary numbers for your information. It will take usually through the end of August, 1st of September, before we finalize everything and get final numbers for you. And then the audit will begin.
Questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, and a SPOS update.
Yes, the SPOS report is for the month of May. That check was just over $2.9 million. We are seeing our annualized increase going downward every month. It's now at 4.82%. That is 1.7% greater than last month, but 1.85% less than last May.
All the free federal money is working its way, although it's not
Out.
free, we're paying it through inflation.
Very good. And the investment report?
Yes, the investment summary as of May for your review.
Questions? Any commissioner or public comment? Any participants? Good, seeing none, I have no executive session items. I will adjourn this meeting, and we will come back in 3 minutes. You're stuck with me again because Mr. Skinner is out, so in 3 minutes, we'll come back for the Development Planning Services Committee.